There we go. Or here we go. There we go. All right. Things are looking good. Just, playing around here. Good evening. Good evening. I am pleased. There we go. Now live on your channel. That's what it says on the YouTubes. So here we are on the tubes of you and me for the next hour or so. I'm going to do this so I can get your comments larger than my face here. And while I wait for some more people to show up, good evening, I will finish up my, what have I got here? Marietta, nice to see you. I'm just looking at my habit tracker. Mary Lou, nice to see you. Oh, thank you, Mary Lou, for reminding me to ask if you can see and hear me. So I appreciate that because I kind of forget that stuff. I have this many. Coffee and calm, nice to see you. I have this much water to left. Yes, and I love it. Calm. Calm. Even that A until the M into the N. The A until the A into the L into the M. Calm. Love it. Swag girl, nice to see you. I have got my little colored marker out because I am filling out the last few things. Penny Myers, nice to see you. I am filling out the last couple of things in my habit tracker for today. And once and Natalie, nice to see you. Once I finish the rest of this water here, I will consider that my water number 2 that I have written down there. And I am so pleased because it has been a while. Even my, what do you call it? There we go. The first time, and I don't know how long, I've gotten over 10,000 steps. Therapy Gal Sue, nice to see you. There we go. Penny Myers, just finished my attempt at mulled wine like I enjoyed in Poland. That reminds me of when my husband and I returned from Italy years ago. And we still had friends over in Italy. And we were just craving some of the very simple foods we got when we were over there. So we went to, I think, like Trader Joe's or something and tried to buy the American equivalent. And it was like sitting at our kitchen table. We're like, this isn't the same. Oh, Christine, nice to see you. But yay for all vacation laundry being done. Awesome. Awesome. So good evening, everybody. I just thought I would share this little bit with you because I have kind of fallen off for a while there. I fell off the habit of my habit tracker. Not so much that I wasn't doing it, but it was so gosh darn cold out and we don't have the treadmill set up in the basement because it's out in the garage and it's wicked heavy and we need help moving it, yada, yada. And so only in these last couple of days has it been warm enough to actually go walking outside. Because I was able to do that, this encouraged me to floss my teeth this evening. I have flossed my teeth more in this month alone, and it's only the 11th, than sometimes I have in months. The habit tracker, I knew, I was like, you know what? If I floss my teeth and drink a little bit more water, I can almost have like a perfect score, a perfect one when all of the things are filled in. Now, does that happen often? Oh, hell no. Is it what I'm striving for? Maybe, but kind of not, but I just offer to you, if you're using the habit tracker, sometimes the usage of it can encourage you to do certain things. So how are you guys doing this evening? As I remove some of my jewelry so I can put on some hand cream because this cold weather, you wash your hands and then they get all dry. How are you doing? Anybody else want to, moisturize? Go right ahead. Make yourself comfortable. Make yourself comfortable. I myself am comfortable. I'm in my robe. I've got my pajama pants on. I am this close to hopping into bed with a nice Masterpiece Theater because I'm an 89-year-old woman underneath this youthful exterior. How did your day go? How did your day go? How did my day go? I think my day went well. I'm going to decide that my day went well. Now, the neat thing is I have my list of things that I was going to do, and I did. And you may notice even from a distance there, check, 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 line, line, line. Facebook message to Joe. I did that. That I did not do. I'll do tomorrow. IKEA to get stuff into basement. Yes, I did. Continue the cassettes. I have decluttered 2 more cassettes since last time we spoke. I realized it was actually kind of fun. This is one of the rare instances. So I offer this to anybody here who has CDs, records, DVDs. Well, maybe not DVDs because you usually have to watch a movie. Cassettes, records, 8-track tapes, wax cylinders. Judy Dukes, good evening. I was just talking about the habit tracker. I was thinking of you. I was able to multitask decluttering while I was hanging up my new calendar, because I was able to listen to the cassettes to decide if I wanted to keep them. And a lot of them I realized I do not need the cassettes. If I ever wanted to listen to those songs again, I can look them up on the internet. Now, back in 1984, was I able to do that? No. So that was the best technology I had at the time. Now things are different. And now I can more easily let go of them. So yay. All righty. So Barbara's saying it was a count day at school. And I'm like, 1, 2. I think of the Count from Sesame Street. I am very tired, but I have some very important must-dos by tomorrow. Oh, hon, use our time together. Some of that maybe to help you with that. Can you chunk it down? If there's anything we can do to help you, you let us know. Patty M, finally home, chilling in downtown after taking care of siblings' family. Tomorrow, I'm planning a take it slow day. There you go. Okay. Oh, swag girl, it's Melissa. I love cassettes. I collect for crafts. You can send them to me. Most of them are already in the trash, but maybe I'll think about that. All right. Barbara is pushing through. Next week is midwinter declutter break. All right. Penny Myers decluttered nail polishes today. I love that. Nail polish is one of those things that if you don't declutter it, I've noticed it can separate and get all kind of like, what's that thing when curdles? It's almost like when milk curdles, it gets all kind of junky. Nobody wants that. So I hope you have had a good day today. Have you written down the good things you did today? I wrote down the things I hoped to get done. I got most of them done. Not all, not perfection. I wrote down the right amount of stuff. Okay, maybe I didn't do all of it, but I'm feeling pretty darn good about it. I've got a messy page right here, and I've got a neater page right here that before I go to bed, I will catch up on today's good stuff. That will give me a good feeling when I go to bed. And as I've said before, what we're doing here is to help you associate a good feeling with decluttering, with habits, changing your habits, doing things. Who doesn't want to feel better? Who doesn't want to feel good? So let's make as much as we can feel good today. Anybody have something a feel good moment from your day today you want to share? Feel free to put it in the comments. Yeah, I could, but I do that a lot. So I want to leave it up for you guys. What I'm going to do right now, though, is I'm just going to double check. Oh, I didn't realize that. Oh, okay. It's somebody's birthday today. I wouldn't have known it without what do you call it? TikTok and YouTube and all that. Sue says, been digging into the why about bringing things into my home. Good insight. Helping going forward. Working on my to-do list right now. Interesting thing, Therapy Gal Sue, because I have done quite a bit of shopping today. And shopping, going out to stores, is usually one of the ways that things get into our houses. I love that. Melissa says, I went to the doctor. Yay, taking care of your physical body. Went to get groceries. Yay, taking care of your physical body. And then to the post office. Yay, taking care of your mail. Yeah. Interesting. Lady Bandit 78 says, I started tracking my budget today. I've been wanting to do this for a while. Love it. Yep. Then I had knee pain on both knees and had to rest with ice. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? Again, taking care of yourself, your knees with ice on them. Yeah. Now I am listing on eBay. Very good. Very good stuff, you guys. Thinking about why you doing that thing you do. Why do you do what you do? Now, today when I went out shopping, and I said this once before, and Sue liked it, so I'll bring it back. Oh, Marietta got her teeth cleaned. Rock on. I was flossing today, thinking about how next time I go to the dentist, they better damn well see how much more flossing I have done. So Sue, I had said this at one point, and I said, I shop to solve problems. I shop for solutions. So, for example, today, one of the things that I did, and I might as well just check here, I went out of my house to do a couple of things. To let go of some things. I mailed a book to a friend, decluttering and letting go. But also, I left my house and I came back with some things. I actually came back with some containers, courtesy of IKEA, because I realized that we did not have a good container for some of the bedding I was putting away. So I went and I wasn't quite sure which was going to be the right one at IKEA. So I bought one of each type, came home, checked it out. Two of them don't work. That's okay. I have my receipt. I'm going to go back and return what I don't use. Yeah. And so I offer to you, as Sue, and maybe Sue wants to share some of her insights, maybe she doesn't, so that's why I share mine, is getting into the why, about why have I brought things into my home. I have brought cornbread into my home because I had a hankering for cornbread. I brought in some zipped things from IKEA because I wanted to easily be able to store the sheets and pillowcases and whatnot for the what do you call it? The arrow bed that was in here. Yes. Now Patty says, and I get you with this, can't go there without a plan or I'll end up with way too much. Now that's because IKEA tends to, kind of shows you a lot of stuff. You can easily become overwhelmed or think of the possibilities. So I too like to go in with a plan. I wrote down my list. Did I bring this list with me? Kinda, because you know what I did? I wrote down my list and then I took a picture of it so that I could, when I was out there, I had my list to check on. Now, sometimes I like to go and just window shop. I don't really buy anything, but I like to see what they have. It's fun visually to see what things are going. And maybe there's something that they didn't have there that may solve a problem, So yeah, going anywhere with a list is going to help you reduce the amount of unnecessary or unwanted items that you might then bring into the house. Did I bring anything into the house today? Well, I did buy a dish brush. It was 79 cents. And I like to have a dish brush to scrub the tub. So there's that. So I'm going to use it and it's already in the bathroom, ready to solve the scrubbing problem. What else did I buy? Oh, I will admit I bought a salt and pepper shaker set because it had a graduated kind of turning top that you could go fine, coarse, pour type of thing. And I have some salts that I have purchased that don't easily shake through the shakers I have. So I'm looking for a solution for that. Was that on my list? No, but as I saw it, I did recall that I have some salt that I'm not using because it's not easy to shake it out of its thing. Um, I also know that I'm going to return some of the things that didn't work out. Marietta, yeah, they commented on a lack of flossing effort. Yeah, as I said, I'm the opposite. I'm going to be like, you better notice that I'm flossing, okay? But notice why do you bring things into your house? Sometimes you think it's going to work out and it works. Yay. Other times, like I said, some of these zip bags didn't work and I'm going to feel okay bringing them back. Now, will I have to drive to IKEA to do it? Yes. I might actually see if I can piggyback that onto one of my other errands in about a month or so, but it's in about a month. I have to check I will do that. I'm going to write this down for tomorrow. I'm going to say check IKEA receipt for return date. Get in the habit. If you are bringing new things into your home and you struggle with clutter, after you bring them into your home, before you cut off the labels, I'm a big label cutter offer, before you take off the tags, try those things out in your home while you have the receipt and you know the return policy. Be an informed consumer. Lady Bandit, when she's doing her tracking her budget, she will see, I bought this many things, but then I returned this many things. It will help you stay on budget. Yep. Okay. Sue is sharing, you know, I shop for trauma. Okay. I wouldn't necessarily shop for trauma because I would find it. I shop to feel better from trauma. COVID and Texas ice storm left us without, in lack. So the fear of that happening again, the traumatic event that you went through that caused a fear that you never want to happen again. I buy multiple types of things just in case. I struggle with people denying reality lately and started buying extras. Okay. So notice that is something you are doing to comfort yourself in times of stress and anxiety. So just notice that's something you do. Now I offer to you, Sue, there's nothing wrong with that at all. I do not judge if it makes you feel better. What sometimes happens, so please just keep an eye on this, Sue. Okay? This is going to be kind of one of those things where you're going to be balancing your inventory. Is just make sure that the stuff that you have purchased in case you might need it someday does not expire under your watch. Take inventory of what you have. And even if you say, I always want 12 cans of Campbell's soup of a variety, make sure that when you go shop for it again, that you're looking at the dates on the cans that you have and you prioritize eating the ones that are going to, expire first, and that can help you feel good even when you have maybe a larger quantity of cans of soup than other people might feel comfortable with. The thing that can get to be a bummer and the thing that can make that system not work is when you have so much, but you keep on kind of bringing it in, but it's not going out as quickly as you're bringing it in. So, establishing, I always want to have, X many rolls of toilet paper. And if it gets below that, that's when I indicate that I'm going to buy some more. And then I wait for it to go down to whatever level feels good. Yeah. Uh-huh. So just notice that. And I say as from a decluttering thing, because when we declutter our cabinets and our stored food, that is one of the things that can upset people a lot and it can cause you to feel bad about yourself. So everybody here, keep an eye on the best buy dates of what you have and bump those things to the front of the fridge. Put them on a list and try to make some recipes out of them. When you eat the stuff that you have purchased, That is the best budgeting thing when you're not throwing away food that was good at one point. Ah, Leslie, nice to see you. Penny Myers, bringing things into my home like coarse salt from my salt mine in Poland. This is the thing, Penny Myers. You and I have talked about travel. One of the reasons I had to go buy two more salt shakers is because I thought it would be fun a while ago because I ate a lot of salt. I am like my family heavily salts their food. It's the way I was raised. That's how I think my taste buds are calibrated. So I thought it would be fun. Oh, when I go on vacation, one of the like souvenirs I can bring home would be salt from different lands. What I realized is when I do that, when I have done that, sometimes the crystals are different sizes, therefore I need to get more salt shakers. Sometimes I don't use the stuff and it starts to pile up. And so I just say to you, like I have said to myself, okay, before I buy any more salt for the kitchen, not like outside in the snow, I am going to make sure that I am using what I have before I start to replenish. See Jane run. I believe that's Carla Jane. I love it. Marietta says, I have no problem with that. I think it's the extra food because if I have a bunch, I bag it up for my son in Brooklyn whenever he comes home. So yeah, notice this. And I do the same. I don't have a son in Brooklyn, as far as I know. One of the things my husband and I do is even with the little bit of food that we eat, sometimes we can buy things that we think we're going to do. So we donate our stuff that is unopened and unexpired, but we've had kind of a heart to heart to be like, I'm kind of done with this. I'm not going to eat it. We went on a jag of eating this for a while and now I'm kind of over it. We don't donate our food that we're not going to eat that has yet to be opened or expired to a food pantry near us. So I don't feel so bad about that. I do like to donate to the food pantry, but I also donate money to them. Carla Jane, fighting a killer headache all day. You know, you and Laura GV. LGV had a headache today too, so maybe it's something in the air. I hope you are doing something to make yourself feel better. Leslie, nice to see you. Yay, Penny Myers is going to be sharing her salt. Sue says that's exactly right. I gave a lot of food to my daughter that I bought earlier this year. I've slowed way down, but I noticed today the why, and it was my win. Yes, that insight. Why am I doing this? And not just kind of a rhetorical question or an unanswered question. You found your answer. Yeah, I've decluttered so much. I can see what's there. Food or Band-Aids or toilet paper. Oh my God, speaking of Band-Aids, I think I've shared this with you guys. Noticing how frequently you use something. I still have Band-Aids that are from the Target house brand. Now, I haven't been in a Target about a year, but I've started to use Band-Aids again because the way that my old lady toes are going, one of them is rubbing up against the other and it makes it very uncomfortable. But if I wrap a Band-Aid, and I know this is TMI, I know, it feels better. So isn't it good to just see what you have and feel a little bit more in control of saying, when I want to go buy more Band-Aids, I can do that without fear of them not having them in the store. I can let the toilet paper go down to the last like little 6-pack. And when that one opens up, that may prompt me to go buy some new stuff. I actually bought, as I like to call it, PT and TP yesterday because I was going past a Wegmans and they sell it in a big loaf. I like to call that oversized thing a loaf. And we put it down the basement so we don't need to go in. Oh, Carla Jane, I think my daughter has the flu. That's no fun. That's no fun. Maybe there are things you can do to help her feel better and yourself. So taking care of yourself can sometimes be a full-time job. But if you don't take care of yourself, things get worse. Uh-huh. Okay. So here's a funny thing. Okay, Carla Jane, if you want to talk about old lady feet, I will talk about old lady feet because I'm older than you. This is what I think. So I think I'm getting bunions just because gravity old, so that's when it sticks out a little bit right here. And then this is something that I have found out. Now, um, this may this may be TM, like just my own personal thing. I have noticed because all none of us are 100% symmetrical. When I was born, I had kind of shallow hip sockets. And back in the day, they encouraged my mom to like fold the diapers a certain way to kind of, fix my pelvis or something. I don't know. But what I notice now, especially because I do yoga and Pilates, is that my right foot tends to naturally, organically kind of lean out, kind of go to the edge. So I try to correct that. But when I do that, I'm putting more pressure on the ball of my big toe. And so it's crossing. But yes, age, people, age happens. Yeah. Age will change your body. Have you not seen the furrows in my brow that were not there when I was younger? So yeah, we're going to age. And so now I'm taking care of myself in a different way by taking care of my toes, because if my toe hurts, then I'm uncomfortable and then I don't want to walk. Creative body joints. There you say, hey, Laura GV, I was just talking about you. I hope you're feeling better. Carla Jane, unfortunately, is not feeling good. And I thought of the both of them. Oh, all righty. Patty Meyer says, I overbought Band-Aids for my darling daughter, college first aid emergency kit, like she was going to be the EMT for the whole floor. Right. You did it because you love her. You thought she would need them. Sometimes we overbuy something. You notice that. How can you use the Band-Aids you have before you go buy other Band-Aids? I found out last week when I made that chocolate cake. I told you I made a cake that I barely use any flour. My flour was almost expired. And so I'm going to write a note to myself. Note, get more flour, but only when we need it. Yeah. Carly Jane says, I have two toes that want to run away with the other family members. I love it. This little piggy went to market, and this little piggy stayed home. This little piggy had roast beef, and this is how and this little piggy had none, or as I used to call it, known. And this little piggy went, everybody, wee, 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 all the way home. I love it. Oh, Barbara's, one of her besties has COVID. That's no fun. I had a headache earlier, but I think finally eating helped. Yes, people. If there's going to be an overarching theme to today's show, it's going to be taking care of business every day. It's going to be taking care of your body every way. It's going to be eating. It's going to be taking care of those headaches, taking care of those little tootsies. Okay, taking care of your skin, moisturizing your skin, flossing your teeth, taking care of your body, or it's going to declutter itself. Toes will fall off, teeth will fall out, skin will be all ashy. Oh, hey, yay. Okay, so that one persona, mom's gallbladder surgery went well. It was delayed 2 hours due to an emergency case, but yay for your mom feeling well. Notice your mom and you are taking care of her and her physical body, her gallbladder. If we ignore our bodies, ignore your body at your peril. Okay. And pay attention to the messages it sends you. Your body cannot speak English. Your body is inarticulate verbally, except for whatever can come out this part of you. So pay attention to the signals it's giving you. Have you got a hunger pang and you're ignoring it? Ignore it at your peril. It may pop up as a headache. Um, yeah. What good stuff happened? Did you get done today? Yay. Good stuff. Oh, all sorts of things. I'm catching up. Ooh, Laura Voorhees is going on a cruise. Is that what I see? The little boat? I packed most of the clothes I need. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, what have I missed here? All right, here we go. Oh, Carl. Oh, there we go. Sue's daughter has the flu. Yeah, 'tis the season. Yeah. Not fun. Not fun, but taking care of yourself, Yay. I love seeing I love seeing you guys chatting with each other. It's so great. Yay. Leslie is using this live to pack for a trip to sunny Florida. I don't like packing, so this really helps. I love packing, or at least I don't mind it because packing means I'm going on vacation, you know? Yeah. Okay. Carla Jane took enough Advil, sinus meds, nausea meds to kill a camel. Don't kill camels. But I did make it to my job interview today. Good. Good stuff. Good stuff. Taking care of yourselves. Now, for example, maybe after this TikTok live, this YouTube live, all of us retire early. Sleep is one of the number one things that can help you feel better. Yay. And it is fun to see a lot of friendly names and faces. And for those of you who don't know me, I think most of you do, but just in case there's anybody kind of lurking and is like, what the hell are these people talking about toes and decluttering and cans of soup and food? My name is Beth. I'm a decluttering life coach, and my coaching is called Destination Decluttered. I do TikTok lives, YouTube lives, one-on-one coaching, declutter parties. I don't know, maybe you all have hot dates on Valentine's Day on Saturday. I have a party to go to later that day, but I'm doing 2 declutter parties on Saturday. Just reminding you that it happens. And get your tickets now. And if nobody buys tickets, that's fine. I am so good at taking care of my free time. But if it works for you, feel free to show up to a declutter party. All of that info is available to people who have joined the mailing list at destinationdecluttered.com. Alrighty. LGV says, I've had a monster to-do list, and some stuff has got to be done before setting sail. I took a bunch of stuff off that can wait. I decluttered my list 100%. There we go. Yes, Patty, the Band-Aids, toes, clutter, cruise, flu, gallbladder menagerie. Yeah. So Laura Voorhees, you did a really important thing. You prioritized and you started to notice that the monster list can be chunked down, chunked into what needs to happen before I leave for my trip and what can wait until after. That is one of the reasons why I say make the big list in the back, but pull the things out and say what really does need to happen before I leave for that trip. Now, this is fun because I got a new calendar and I'm looking at it now. It's not, instead of going this way, it's going this way. I saw it on TikTok. So next week, next Tuesday into Wednesday, I'm going for an overnight in New York. We're taking my mom to see a Broadway show for her 85th birthday. So there are some things that I will need to get done before that. And I know there are things that are going to be done before when I get home. Now, some of that other stuff may parlay into, because we're getting into, just as a heads up, you guys, as I see my calendar right here, we are definitely getting into my busy season when it comes to travel. And Judy Dukes, yes, I do have one this Saturday, 100%, 11 a.m. this Sunday, the 15th. I am 100%, as long as somebody buys one ticket to that. And here's a fun thing I will share with you. Even if only one person shows up to a declutter party, you know what that means for that one person? That one person gets pretty much like an hour and a half of one-on-one, not necessarily all coaching because you're going to be doing your decluttering, but you get me all to yourself. So buy your ticket and know that you can, show up. Yeah. There we go, Carla Jane. Yep. Yeah, you miss your mom. Yeah, you know what? I will share with you. I am noticing my mom slowing down. It's concerning. Forgetting things. It's concerning. So we're glad to be able to do what we can with her when she's still mobile and alert. So yeah. All righty. Yeah. Okay, and Patty is encouraging Laura about packing and priorities. Yep. All right, Judy Duke says, I plan to sign up for Sunday. Awesome. Okay, good to know. I look forward to you. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And Carla Jane says, yeah, she is not kidding. I think there were 2 folks in a party I was in. I love those ones because sometimes when there's a lot of people, I feel like I spread myself thin. When it's just the few of us, you kind of get to know people a little bit better. You really, it's not like you're a sea of faces, now that would be good for, creating money that gets donated to the what do you call it? The food bank. See, I was going to say, oh my God, I'm turning into my mother and forgetting things, but it's also 8:35 at night, and I've been up since like 7:30. Food pantry. Thank you very much, Laura. Thank you for helping. See, we all help each other, um, and it is a good thing to give yourself a reason to, declutter, to give yourself that time to do it. I have been factoring in more time to do my stuff, and it's been fun as well. Now, it's so funny because I was literally thinking of how much this is how much Leslie loves the declutter party so much. Yeah, she did 2 in one day once, and I did one in a hotel room. She showed up from a hotel room, decluttering her phone and exercising. Yeah. No, and Judy Dukes, you are wrong. I always feel like I'm wasting your time when it's only me. Oh my God, no. That is the best use of your time ever, because you kind of have one-on-one coaching for an hour and a half without having to sign up for a whole package. Yeah. And I love showing up for the declutter parties, because here's what I say to myself. So I'm looking at my calendar right now. I feel like I might want to lower it a little bit. But once it gets to be, well, you know what? Yeah. But I digress. I am looking at my calendar, and my own life that I live is going to reduce the amount of declutter parties in March. April's looking pretty good, but March there will be far fewer. So I like to offer them as many as I can when I'm able to, because I know there are going to be times when there will be very few. If you remember, just a few weeks ago in January, just the way my calendar was, it didn't work. So I love to offer them, and they are there for you to take advantage of if it works for you. Okay. And if it doesn't work for you, that's okay. Yeah. Okay. I saw this. Carla Jane, I saw that before, and I wasn't sure if it was past or future. So let's celebrate with Carla Jane. Okay. Carla Jane says, I promise I don't want to brag, but you kind of do, and that's okay. I did make a 98 on my civil service board test, I found out today. And she said, because I have not been working, I did not want my brain to be slipping. So yay. Yay. That is very cool. So thank you for mentioning it again. I wasn't sure when you said it above if that was something that had happened in the past, but yay, you should celebrate. Bragging, there's a difference between bragging and being excited about something and wanting to share with people. There's a bit of a gloaty, I'm better than you type of thing that happens with bragging. But you're like, I'm so excited because I was afraid. Notice your fear was unfounded. My fear that because I wasn't working, my brain might be slipping. So you did the test, and the answer is no, your brain's not slipping. Yay. Carla Jane. Carla Jane, that's fine. And you know what? If we call it bragging, fine. It's your brag book. Show off why not? You're amongst friends. Good friends, and even good friends who may never, ever, ever meet in real life. Good people celebrate you along with yourself. They don't get all resentful and insecure and try to knock you down. We build you up. Good people build you up. And not just when you're feeling sad, but the real good people can join in your excitement of doing well. That's when you know you've got good people in your life, when they're not trying to rain on your parade. Okay. Yes. And as Leslie says, you are far too witty for your brain to be slipping. I just realized what I'm slipping on was my water. So I'm going to do some sipping as opposed to slipping. Everybody, let's sip some water, okay? Because I may have to get up in the middle of the night, as you know, but I want to be able to fill out all the little blocks on my habit tracker. Now, will I do that tomorrow? Maybe, maybe not. Have I done it any other day this month? No. So the perfect is an anomaly, but better is awesome. Yay. Carla Jane says, I actually challenged the question. I believe I missed the last few times I've taken the test. Challenged it again today. I was in the interview for 4 total minutes. Look at you. Look at how great you are. How great thou art, right? You are way too kind to me. No, you deserve kindness. Yeah, you deserve kindness. Okay. And if you want to cry, do your ugly cry, especially on a TikTok live or a YouTube live. Nobody can see you ugly cry. Okay. Yeah. There you go. Or if your brain is slipping, it's going in the right direction, witty and laughing. Exactly. Mm-mm-mm. All righty. So let's all make a plan. It's 8:41 where I am, so we've got about 19 minutes left. What's your plan for after this YouTube live is over in about 19 minutes? Do you have one? If you don't, let's make one together. Now, I have one up here, but I'm going to practice writing it down. So, what do I want to do? Am I going to get, I hung up my new calendar. I put the stuff in the basement. I did not text my mother and my sister about packing because I'm afraid my mother's going to forget by next week what I suggested. So I'm going to go to Monday. I'm flipping ahead to Monday because that's the day before we leave. And I'm going to text mom and sis regarding packing closer to the date when you're going to be doing the packing. So now I can scribble that out because I've made a plan for it. I saw something today about writing it down really helps calm down your nervous system, but maybe that was me. I already signed up for that. I leaved in that. I didn't do that. That's okay. Okay, so what do I want to do? Getting ready for bed and making short list. So I want to finish my water and then fill in habit tracker. I want to fill out today's entry in my good book. I want to bring my laptop to bed and watch Masterpiece Theater. I have to shut off lights in kitchen. And everything else is pretty good. There's no dishes in the sink. The counters are wiped. I'll leave this stuff here because I'm going to be working on those cassettes tomorrow. Oh, oh goodness. Oh, oh, Lord GV. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah. Okay. So I missed some things as I was writing some stuff down. I am in the habit of reading the comments so that if you're not looking, you just know what's going on. All righty. Yes. And Penny Myers, you're right. Sleep. Sleep. So I will endeavor not to, I will minimize my TikTok scrolling. I won't eliminate it unless I'm really tired. Okay. A community does not tear you down, it sustains you. Christina Glendale, nice to see you. Yeah. Yeah, and that's an interesting thing. I will offer Carla Jane. I'm doing things in kind of chronological order. They asked me why I would ever want to come back because it's bad. If you know it's bad there, yeah, I'd be curious why you could do that. All righty, Laura GV is getting ready for bed and making tomorrow's short list. Traveling round trip 7 hours to go to a friend's calling hours for her hubby. He was only 58. Yeah, that is tough. That is not cool. That is so sad. That is too young. I know I won't have much free time tomorrow, so I need to be reasonable with what I plan tomorrow. And you are doing a good job. You are being such a good friend. Yeah, you are being such a good friend to that. You know, you are. Yeah, that is everybody. Send some peace to Laura that she can carry with her from us to her friend. Okay. Because that is tough stuff. Yeah. Oh, goodness. Okay. Lady Bandit, let's also send some love. We have plenty of love here, people. We are lovers, not fighters. Say a little prayer for my daughter. She has a problem with a guy stalking her. F that. She filed a police report today. Yay. Yay. Safety, kindness, and health for your daughter. Yeah. So let's take care of our community. Okay. Let's take care. Lady Bandit. I think that is so great that she filed a police report. I hope that the police responded appropriately. If they didn't, let's go over their heads and make sure they do, because that stuff is not to be, that's not good stuff. And and Leslie says, I am glad your daughter is taking action too. You tell your daughter, okay? Now, this is when I know I am such an auntie, okay? And you can tell I'm from New England because I say auntie and not auntie, okay? You tell your daughter that Auntie Beth says she's proud. I am proud of her for taking action to do something to stop something that could be potentially dangerous, okay? Prayers, some people send. I send good vibes. Yeah. How scary for a mama and a daughter. And we are rallying around her. Okay. Her friends are having to walk her to her car every day. Yay for her good friends walking her to her car. So notice these really tough life things happen. I have a friend who's both parents. She's my age. No, she's like a year older than me, but still. Both of her parents passed away within 48 hours of each other just last week. Now, the crazy thing is you think, oh, they loved each other and they couldn't live without. No, they were divorced and they hated each other. It was just totally random, but that's a double whammy for somebody. And so being able to function in the midst of some of that drama, Okay, she is in Indiana. I live in Oklahoma, and she is in Indiana. Do we have any Indiana people in our crew she can check up with? Okay. Yeah. We share and support and declutter too. Yes. Yeah. And Christina Glendale is sending love, hugs, and prayers to all needing it tonight, as am I. So I'm trying to think. It's so funny because this is how my brain works. Do I know anybody in Indiana? Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana. And if she needs some other support in Indiana, you let me know where she lives and I will see if I know people, because I know people all over the world. Okay. And we need to take care of each other, you know? And we do. And especially, I will say this, trust me, I love my husband. I love my nephew. I love good men. Not all of them are good. So we women have to also take care of each other. Yeah. May she be so protected the stalker cannot find her. Maybe she's so protected and feel our love and family so much that she can stand tall and not ever feel fear a minute going forward. And even if she feels fear, helping to calm down her nervous system to get out of freezing, and then she can fight and flee when it happens and kick them in the balls. Okay? All right? So seriously, I'm not messing around. Like let's gather around and send some strong vibes to her, and please let her know. Now she may be embarrassed. I don't know. She's a kid. Oh, mom, you shouldn't talk about me. But it's true. It's true. And I love that there's a younger generation who isn't putting up with shit. that's not putting up with shit like we kind of were taught to do when we were younger. Oh, boys will be boys. Oh, he likes you. Oh, don't make him feel bad. I love that modern day young women are standing up for themselves, and we can stand up for them too. So, good stuff. Good stuff. And as I said too, please let her know to not take any guff from the police. I hope there are good police people out there. I know not all of them are good. So I hope she's found some good ones. Yeah. All righty. The police visited with him today, so hopefully he will back off. Yes, and if he doesn't, I know where Indiana is. I will drive there. So, thank you for sharing, because these things, a burden shared is a burden lessened. You share what you are afraid of, and you know immediately that you have people cheering you on, encouraging you. I remember Carla Jane talking about what right here. Carla Jane was talking earlier about not being afraid of going back to a job that her mind was slipping. I went for my first official corporate job when I was almost 40. Until then, I mean, I had worked for corporations, but it had been retail. And then I worked for myself for a while. And I was so afraid to go into an office because, as I think I mentioned to you earlier in a TikTok live, I never wanted to work in an office, but I needed to make money to pay the mortgage. And I will never forget this to the day I live. And I will say that I remember specifically walking into the door to that place that I got the job, just so you know, I got the job. And they actually offered me a better job. It was just better because it paid more money. I didn't want to go into management, but I had an image as I walked into that door of all of my friends surrounding me in the back, that almost like with a little, I'm thinking of like the cargo net. Anybody ever have to climb the cargo net, or not have to? It was kind of a fun thing when you were doing like indoor gym when you were in grade school. But I remembered thinking, even if I fall backwards here and I'm afraid my friends will catch me. Okay. Yeah. So I say to you, we are that semicircle of friends. We are that circle of people who connect because we are lucky enough to have the technology. Back in the day of cassettes, we couldn't do this, and we felt so much more alone. All right. And things are different now. We can use the technology we have that's being used for a lot of not good stuff. We are using it for good and not evil. And we are here to help ourselves. Okay. Yeah. And yes, all of the tubes and talks, as Carla Jane says, are precious, but these Wednesday night tubes are so kind, personal, and precious to me. Yes. And I think it's because I'm tired and it's a different vibe. It's a different vibe because we're winding down. Notice Kara just showed up in the last, 6 minutes, which I think is great. This morning at 8 a.m., she was horizontal and she was like, look at me. I sat up in bed. And then she sat up in bed and she got out of bed and she made her bed and she did the thing and she did the thing and she did the thing. And she's been vertical all day, walking and sitting and driving and things like that. Well, this is a time of day where it's time to go back horizontal, laying in bed, maybe laying on the floor and doing a stretch of your back. Yeah, I love it. Got a ton of bills and paperwork done today. I don't necessarily like doing it. I don't mind it as much as I used to. I love having it done. Peace of mind. Having it done and not having to worry about it. That to me, I love. Yeah. And here's a funny thing Leslie Mara says, kind of more intimate and personal. I agree. The crazy thing is about these things is right now it's just us, but this gets recorded and it's there. And even then, I think it's just us who watch these things. And I'm fine with that. So remind yourself to be kind to yourself. Treat yourself kindly like we would any of each other when we're going through hard times. Like Laura Gibbon Voorhees is driving 7 hours round trip tomorrow to go be with a friend whose husband passed at 58. Oh, I can't even imagine. My heart is with you when you're doing that tomorrow. I don't know if you can listen, don't watch, and don't interact if you're in the car. But I will say tomorrow is February 12th. There's a TikTok live and a YouTube live, 8 a.m., 11 a.m. We can hang out with you and send you good vibes tomorrow. Yeah. Yes. So much in between the getting up and the winding down. Finished 2 tasks assembling that I put off. Not showing off, but I assembled a little shelf from or a little stool from IKEA today. I felt pretty crafty. Yeah. So, yeah, this is one of the reasons why I don't know if you guys noticed the trend. I will say it's going to be a bit different next week. I'm going to take a quick look ahead because next week is when I am going to be coming home from. So next Wednesday, there will not be a TikTok live and a YouTube live on Wednesday because that's the day I'm coming home from New York. And after spending time with my sister and my mother in the city, I have a few errands and fun things I want to do. And I'm going to share one with you because we've only have a few minutes left that I think is pretty cool. But I want to allow myself however much space and time I need to do those things. If I know myself enough to know that if I had scheduled a TikTok live or a YouTube live, whatever time it was, I would think, oh, I got to get home. I got to get home. I got to get home. Now, what I will offer is I may do a pop-up. We'll see, you know. Yeah. And oh, why does getting into bed feel so good? Because sleep is the best thing ever. Yeah. Now, Carla Jane says, I felt so yuck today. I found something special, spicy. I think I wanted to prove something to myself. I'm weak today, and we were strong today. So here's a fun thing I want to leave with because we've only got about 2 minutes. So one of the things I'm going to do when I'm in New York next Wednesday, you can picture me doing this. I am going to go to the Macy's, the OG Macy's in downtown New York, because it's pretty much near Penn Station. It's a couple of blocks away. And I have been told that Macy's is one of the few stores or buildings left that have an original wooden escalator. Now, when I think of a wooden escalator, I remember there used to be some of those from the Red Line in Boston up to, I don't know if it was Park Street or it was Downtown Crossing or it was South Station. But I remember those from back in the day. And the neat thing was, is they were so worn away that it was like little grooves where people's things are. Now, I personally think it's going to be really fun to do that. And I will consider that something kind of on my bucket list to do it. Yeah. Uh-huh. So that's one of the fun things I'm going to be doing next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, the other thing is too, is if you guys want to get together on Zoom, if everybody here, some people here know how to do a Zoom. Invite the people on the uh, list. You can tell I got like 2 minutes left. Okay. And yeah, Lady Bandit says it's super cool. I look forward because we've got a TikTok live the very next morning. I will let you know how it went, but I think it's pretty damn cool too. I love all that old timey stuff. And the old timey stuff is fading quickly. And you know who else is fading quickly? Yeah, that'd be me. Okay. So as we leave today, Let's send our hearts and love and vibes of kindness and gentleness and love and care to everyone who needs it. Okay? To everyone who needs it. To Laura Voorhees' friend, to Laura Voorhees herself, to Lady Bandit's daughter and Lady Bandit herself, okay? To all of us. Let's send some good vibes out, get some good sleep, and strangely enough, 8 hours from today, well, technically, no, 8, 12, 11 hours from today, because it's going to be 8 a.m., we'll meet all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed on TikTok, okay? Does it sound good? Yep. And just think, when you send love to somebody, it's not like decluttering. It's not. You don't give it away and it never comes back. You just generate more and it keeps on flowing. That's the awesome thing about it. All right, Lady Bandit and everybody, Carla Jane, everybody, I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to go see what's going on All Creatures Great and Small. And yes, love to everyone. All you need is love. And I'll see you tomorrow morning, 11 hours. Let's all be vertical, okay? We may start out horizontal, we'll be vertical, and we'll have a good day. Bye.